Welcome to House Money Podcast on our NFL Week 10 show. I'm Easy E and I'm the host. Joining me today, T-Bone.
T-Bone!
And Chalkboard.
Chalkboard.
Well, fellas, Week 9, 3-1. Hey, is that an impressive 12-4 over the last 4 weeks? 66% for the month of October. Gentlemen.
Oh, yeah. We for Halloween, we came dressed as a tout show.
Nice. Right out the gate, dog. How long, T-Bone, how long had he had that saved up?
You think they're written down in advance, but no.
No, I think he's got a certain gift or a curse, whatever. I mean, I just think they hang around in his brain like that.
No doubt. We lost the Indy game, but obviously we also lost a quarterback in the second quarter.
Well, and I don't think that we knew at that time that T.Y. Hilton was out. And then, of course, Jacoby got hurt early.
Yeah.
And they still almost won that freaking game.
Well, if the kicker, we should be cut by now. I mean, we would have pushed if the kicker would have hit the damn field goal.
There were texts going on during that game, and you were 100%. He's so revered that it's like, he's basically already got a bust in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah. He's 40-something years old, but he's done. I mean, there's no way they keep him after this year. I can't believe if they make a playoff push and they got to keep this old decrepit bastard. I don't know.
The greatest meme I saw was like basically him, but it had like the Ace Ventura like body or whatever.
Oh.
It said like the laces were out because it showed like the picture. I mean, now it was a bad hold or whatever, but I mean that was just awful.
No, it was awful. I mean, it wasn't even close. I mean, I'd see if he barely missed, but that was just god awful. I mean, he's done.
But honestly, y'all watching the game, Indy had no business covering that spread. They looked awful, and I don't know if it's because
I'll be honest. I felt like Indy was the better team for most of the game, and they just even when they lost the quarterback played good. The guy threw 3 touchdowns. I mean, a pick 6. What about that pick 6? I mean, they're going in for more. They were going to go up to 17. They were going to go up 17-3. Those the pick 6 makes it 10-all. I mean, damn.
I think he sent that out in the group text. That pretty much changed that game.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, they had their chances. Oh, well.
Well, like true gamblers, we don't talk about the 3 wins. We only talk about the 1 loss.
It's not the sweetness of the win. It's the bitterness of the defeat.
Yes.
Exactly. Well, with that being said, we got 3 games lined up: Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night. Y'all ready to get this show started?
Ready to go.
Chalkboard?
We're here. We might as well do it.
You might as well take that first game. It has interest for you.
It does. Well, let E set it up.
Well, there you go. I appreciate you throwing out that order because that always messes with me and we forgot to talk about it. So there we go. Chalkboard, Thursday night, the Los Angeles Chargers versus your Oakland Raiders. Oakland +1, total 49. Los Angeles Chargers 4-5 straight up, 4-4-1 against the spread. Coming off back-to-back wins over Chicago and Green Bay. Stat of the week: the Chargers rushed for more yards against Green Bay than they ran against the last 4 teams they played.
I don't think that bodes well.
I still don't know if it's a lot, but against Oakland, it's pretty major. Yeah.
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But the point of that is Melvin Gordon makes a difference in this offense.
Correct. I was going to say, did he score twice in that game?
Yes.
I know he scored at least once. He might have scored twice.
He does.
He definitely looked like back to his old ways.
Hold on real quick. My bad. So, real quickly, Oakland doesn't struggle running the ball. 4-4 straight up, 5-3 against the spread. Winners of 4 of their last 5. They also come off back-to-back wins. Theirs a little bit more impressive over Houston and Detroit. Chalkboard. Chargers at Oakland. What about your Raiders +1 Thursday night?
Well, I'm looking at the same stat sheet you are, and the game opened up at Oakland -1.5, and it's already swung around to +1. So the money's obviously coming in on the Chargers.
That has to be that Green Bay effect, though.
Yeah.
Green Bay looked flat. Let's just call it for what it was. They just didn't even look like they wanted to be there.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know.
I don't know if they just went out and, because we basically are from Green Bay, Wisconsin, and we're in L.A. for the weekend.
Right.
So, you wonder if that ever, has anything to do with it. This right here, you're basically talking about L.A. and Oakland. I mean, that's really nothing to do with anything. The thing that I've read about is, going in – you remember, our preseason thing talking about, the Chargers, all this hype and everything. Oakland was going to be kind of lowly. I mean – I really want to take Oakland just like last week. I wanted to, but thanks to E's birthday pick, the Raiders came through. I don't know. I'm stuck because it's my team again, man.
All right, you tell me, T-Bone. Where are you at on this?
Gun to my head, I'd take Oakland. I think this is something we could put on the back burner. I like Oakland this game to win straight up. I don't think the Chargers are that good. I mean, they beat Chicago at Chicago, but Chicago sucks. They have no offense. They got Trubisky. They're terrible. Oakland's got a nice rushing attack. They're at home. They've got more of a home field advantage than some of these California teams do. They've got an actual base of fans there, and this is their last year there, so I think the fans will come out and
represent.
Represent. So Chargers had no fans anyways.
Right.
I mean, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, there was an article, and I think it got quickly put out, whatever, about the Chargers moving to London.
Yeah,
did you see that?
Yeah, that's insanity. I don't even know where that came from, but I like Oakland.
This is the second game of a 3-game homestand with them. They win this game. We'll probably, I'm sure, at some point talk about the Chiefs, but it's like Oakland would be in second place in the division.
With games coming up against Cincinnati and the Jets.
They would really be in play. At least for a wild card spot.
Yeah.
But I guess, like you say, we'll put it on the burner.
Yeah.
Gun to my head, I'm not taking the Chargers over the Raiders. I can't,
Yeah.
For what it's worth, I like Oakland in the game as well. So let's put it on the burner because I feel like y'all pretty much covered it. But I'm on Oakland there as well, and I'm not scared of that Thursday night place. I also
Thursday night. Oh, the curse of Thursday night.
The fact that Chalkboard's wearing a Raider gear shirt, it's a Thursday night game. Wow. I just talked to Josh Jacobs in the elevator on the way up to the studio.
All right, I'm going to put this on the burner. Go ahead, whatever you and Josh talked about.
What are we doing next? I'm ready for. I gotta wait for his little setup here. I'm ready.
Sunday night, dog. Sunday night. Minnesota at Dallas. Dallas -3. Totals 47.5. Minnesota 6-3 straight up. 5-4 against the spread. They're off a 26-23 loss at Kansas City. Dallas 5-5. 5-3. Also 5-3 against the spread. Was a 37-18 winner Monday night against the Giants. I'll be honest, we have no feel for either of these teams. So T-Bone, feel free.
I like the Vikings. I think Dallas still sucks. I don't think they're any good. Their wins are against bad teams. Every one of their wins is against a bad team. Am I correct? They beat the Dolphins. Who they beat any good? Maybe Philadelphia. Is that their best win? Their only good win?
Give me one moment. I will answer that question for you.
Yeah, I don't think it's anybody that's, it's like, oh yeah, that's a feather in the cap.
Yeah, they have not beat anybody of any substance. And granted, they're at home. I think Minnesota's the better team. Of course, Minnesota's fooled me before. They actually probably should have won the game at Kansas City.
They're basically calling this a even game. Dallas at home, -3. Minnesota's 5-4 against the spread. Cowboys 5-3 against the spread. 3-1 at home. If you made me, I would probably be on the Vikings. I don't think Thielen's playing again.
He hasn't played in, I can tell you how many weeks that's been.
Out. Dallas has got 2 wins against the Giants, a win against Washington, a win against Miami, and their only win to note is the Philadelphia game.
They did beat Philadelphia pretty good.
37-10 as a 3-point favorite.
Well, they got that, but, yeah.
I would be probably on the Vikings on this game. Again, I think we're going to talk about 2 games and 2 games straight to the burner. But if you made me, I would take the Vikings in this game.
We can put it on the burner. I like the Vikings too.
You like them enough to play it though?
I'll be honest. I don't see a lot out here this week that I do like. So I'm sure there's some winners, but
okay. Well, then we'll put this on the burner and we'll just keep knocking stuff over there. The next game's a winner. I can tell you that right now.
Oh shit! Here we go. I already know which way he's leaning on this. I can guarantee it.
With the anti-chalk way.
Monday night, Seattle Seahawks versus San Francisco. San Francisco -6, total 47. Seattle is the worst 7-2 team in the NFL by far. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Maybe he's actually leaning the way I'm leaning. So
They come off a miraculous win at home against Tampa Bay, where they were clearly outplayed. It was ridiculous.
Right.
They have one impressive win on their entire schedule.
But they're actually better on the road than they are at home. Isn't that crazy? Well, they're great on the road.
Their only good win was Week 5 over the Rams. San Francisco hasn't played since Halloween, so they have been off now for
by the time this game
comes around, they'll be off for 10, 11 days.
Now, what was that last game, though? Did they cover? That was a very tight game.
No, it was against Arizona, where they went out to a big lead and allowed Arizona back in the game. But I don't think there's any shame in that. But I think what you failed to see in that game, because I think I was texting y'all during that game as well, that was a great spot for Arizona. San Francisco came off that huge win against Carolina the week before where they blew them out, like 52-10 or whatever it was. Right. And then they go up big on Arizona and sleptwalk through the rest of the game, and that quarterback is just good enough to put points on the board. So which makes this line right here.
Well, look at the quarterback. Look at the quarterback they're going against this week. He's much better than Murray. I mean, Wilson might be MVP this year.
But the difference is San Francisco's not going to run out and get uninterested against Seattle. They know they'll have to stay in the game. Against a rookie quarterback who they do not respect, they're not going to just, stop playing defense.
That's true.
You're going with the theory of San Francisco, Seattle, San Francisco at full interest for the whole game.
Dude, I love this spot for San Francisco -6. I mean, one of you guys sell me on Seattle.
I mean, really, with the Niners, you're pretty much like panning for gold in this game because it's like nothing. I like the Niners. I absolutely thought you were going to be on Seattle. Where are you at, T? I know you're a huge Russell Wilson fan.
I'm a huge Seattle fan. I know what you're saying about the game last week was unbelievable. They probably should have lost that game at home against Tampa Bay. Their defense isn't good. Their offensive line isn't good. The running backs are pedestrian. They're basically riding Russell Wilson, and that's it, period. San Francisco with that ferocious pass rush with Bosa and Buckner, my God, they can make life a living hell for him. I would love to be – the only thing I take out of Seattle, they're very good on the road. I don't know if they've lost a road game this year. I'd have to look that up, but I think the games they've lost have actually been at home. So the two they've lost have been at home. Got to be.
Yeah, Seattle's 4-0 on the road.
Yeah, so they got that. They're tough on the road. But they haven't played anybody of this caliber. So I wouldn't have a problem laying the 6, and I'm a big Seattle fan.
Can I give you the edge?
Now, see where the public loves Seattle.
Even better. Can I give you the edge?
Yes.
San Francisco -11.
And, I'm all about the numbers, and the game is on 11-11, so.
Seattle's losses this year are at home against New Orleans and at home against Baltimore.
I almost think the other thing, and again, maybe I read into some of this stuff too much, but because the Arizona game was closer than what I expected, they've had all this time, I think they're going to be more focused on this game. Divisional game, I'm down with the Niners at the 6.
Do you like this game better than either of the two games we already mentioned? Because I feel like we already put 2 of them on the burner.
I would probably like this game of the 3 so far.
Agree. T-Bone?
I don't know. I like Oakland for some reason. I don't know why.
I like Oakland too, though. So I'm good with that one, too. Let's put this on the burner and keep things rolling. We're going to have a gigantic stove in Week 10.
Yeah.
The Sunday night game is the only one in that lineup that scares me. Minnesota. I don't.
Yeah, Minnesota's. I don't know.
So let's fire on the rest of the card. Which one of you two are ready to roll?
Yeah, I don't have a lot. Do you got anything that you like?
Let's go to the biggest market in America and just what do you think about the Giants and the Jets?
I can't believe this dog game is what you're going to come out
for
the
some
gate
reason,
with.
I circled that because I wanted to talk about that. I don't know why.
I mean, we have a huge following in New York. I feel like we owe those folks.
Well, let me set it up. You got the New York Giants at the New York Jets, and the New York Jets are +2.
I appreciate that rousing setup, by the way.
That's all I got. Tell me who you like.
I like you hiding your disdain for this game. I like the Giants. What do you want from me?
I like the Giants as well. Jets are in a tailspin, man. They can't. And don't get me wrong, the Giants are not much better. One's 1-2, one's 1-1.
Right.
But the Giants are trying to win. I feel like this coach is coaching for his life right now. They got Tate, they got Saquon Barkley, which they're still not using him right. Jones, I just don't know about this guy. He's up and down. But then on the flip side, the Jets are just, they're god-awful. They have no offensive line to speak of. They don't utilize Bell. He hasn't done much. Darnold has regressed. They don't have any receivers that scare. They freaking lost to Miami.
I was going to say,
man.
I heard they just lost.
I mean, my God. I almost feel like this coach could be a one and done. I mean, Gase is a fraud. He was Miami's coach. I hate this prick. So I hope he loses every game. Well, no, I don't hope he loses every game because there's draft
Implications.
Yeah, so.
I think they're going to lose this game.
Yeah.
I think in the Battle of New York, I just think the Giants are. You're talking about a lot of.
I think it's a pick. I'm feeling a pick on this.
Well, I mean, like an actual pick.
A pick.
I was going to say, I think it's.
I cannot believe.
Oh, yeah.
Of all the
circled
games
this game.
on this sheet,
I circled this game. Yeah.
In ink.
In ink. In ink, I circled it. Yeah.
I feel like anytime somebody's playing the Jets, and we can give less than a field goal.
My God, exactly. I mean,
all right.
Wait a second. Yeah. Less than a field goal. Yeah.
Chalkboard, official Housemate podcast, play number 1.
Much to your pleasure, the Giants.
The G-men hitting the G spot.
Wow. The New York Giants.
Giggity.
Minus the 2.
Wow. That went down right. I like that.
Housemate podcast, play
Giants.
number 1.
The Giants.
New York
Wow.
Giants.
Giant fire out of the
bumper
gate.
Giants.
Awesome. All right, T-Bone. Come out with another game. Give us something else to look at.
Oh, man. All right, here we go. All right. Kansas City at Tennessee. Tennessee plus 4.
God, you got some winners today, let me tell you.
I like Kansas City.
All right.
And I don't care. I want it now. Mahomes comes back. Wow. Yeah, definitely.
So if Mahomes comes back, this is going over a touchdown. You're not getting the 4 if he comes
If
back.
we lock in now, we get it at what we get it. If he comes back, sorry about your luck. We've already got locked in.
I agree, but
And
the last
and
time
guess what? We bet tomorrow. So.
But the last time we did this, when I got there, it was off the board.
This would probably be off the board because I think he's going to play.
I do too.
Well, it ain't going to be off the board. It's just going to be a different spread. How's it going to be off the board, though?
Well,
I mean,
if he goes tomorrow,
well, if you get
it
it
won't
in
be determined
before,
yet.
if it's on the board right now, you go in there and you bet it, boom, you're locked in. Am I incorrect on that? If you can get it tomorrow, would you not be?
I don't think they're
if
going
it's
to offer
available.
it.
Yeah, that's the point. If it's available.
I think it's available.
All right.
Why would it even be out here? Why would it be any kind of spread? Wouldn't it just be no line or? That's the way I'm looking at it.
To his point, you did off. It is on the paper.
It's on there. It's on the paper. It's in
Hold on.
front of my face.
Pull it up on your thing. It's available on mine right now. I mean, you go
Yeah,
ahead and play it, dog.
There you go.
It's
If I went
at
home right now and bet
7:45
online, I
on
can lock
Wednesday
it in.
night.
Bet online, I can lock it in. That's what I'm talking about. That's all I'm saying.
Is it available?
Do you like it or not?
Chalkboard,
That's
is
what we
it-
got to get to.
It's available and it's 3.5.
Oh. I got it at 4. Now you tell me I can have it at 3.5? Oh, hell. Yeah. What do you like about Tennessee? What we got? Tannehill?
Nothing.
Nothing. You got a decent rushing attack. They suck. Well, I mean,
Well, your boy even I'm sure you saw it, broke off the 90-yard touchdown run. Williams, or the running back for Kansas
Yeah,
City,
yeah.
finally came back, showed some signs of life. The cool thing about that play, did you see Tyreek Hill run up and catch him?
Unbelievable.
And they did the whole next-gen stats where he ran 28 miles an hour or something.
Yeah,
the
that was
cheetah.
insane.
That was cool, but I have very sad news.
Uh-oh.
Chalkboard, would you please tell me what the line is at the top of that screen?
Now, this is showing -6.
So how much do you like Kansas City -6?
The -6 would make me think that Mahomes is playing. It's still under a touchdown. You know what I feel like in a game like this?
Let's just move on for now.
This is audio, T-Bone. They can't see you, your dirty looks you're shooting me.
Let's just move on for now.
This is what I call a Tennessee tendency.
Oh, God. Let's move on. What you
It
got?
still hasn't
Throw
hit the
another-
number yet.
Throw another game out there. This show's going to take all night at this
Fine.
rate.
Let's go with, what do you think about the Detroit Lions at the Chicago Bears?
I love this game. I love this
There
game.
are some shitty games,
No.
man.
This
is gold.
Oh, this is cha-ching right here. Detroit at Chicago. Chicago minus 2.5. Please tell me how you think Chicago is going to cover this game, Chalkboard.
Oh, no, Chicago's not going to cover this game.
Hell no, they aren't.
If you tell me Chicago's going to cover, you are lying. So this
Wow.
is D3.
Man, are they really going to ride out with Trubisky? I mean, really? Is this what's
I
happening?
saw there was, I think it was Stephen A. on ESPN. He was pushing for him for the Bears to go out and pick up Cam
Yeah, Cam who?
Cam Newton
He's out for the year. You mean for like next year?
for next year.
Wow.
I mean, just like cut
well,
ties with. I mean, you're talking about for the rest of the season.
Well, Cowherd keeps trumpeting Teddy Bridgewater because he'll be a free agent next year. So
yeah,
who knows?
yeah.
Who knows? Detroit.
Well, neither one of those guys are going to be there Sunday. I'll tell you that.
So why does everybody like Detroit so much? I like Detroit myself, but why? Just because Trubisky sucks so bad?
Oh, he's awful, dude. I mean, how? You tell me how Chicago's going to score. Detroit's
Detroit's a good team.
Yes, they
We've
have.
been on them for weeks.
Detroit is not a good team. What is their record? What is Detroit's record? There is a fallacy that they're a good team.
They're 3-4-1.
Yeah, that's a good team. That's not a good. That's a mediocre to bad team.
But listen to their
In
losses.
relative terms,
They've lost to Kansas City,
Yeah,
Green Bay,
without your boy.
Minnesota, and Oakland. All playoff teams. You want to talk about Chicago and how great
And they
are?
tied Arizona. Chicago
Chicago
sucks.
Chicago's wins. Washington, Denver, and somehow or another they beat Minnesota like 3 months
way
ago.
back when.
Jesus Christ.
And there is some weird stat out there that because Detroit just lost to the Raiders, that whoever like Oakland beats, like they're like 100% have won the next game.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Detroit. I just was wondering why. I like him. I mean, Trubisky is terrible.
Any pause at all with the dome team playing? I don't know what the weather could be. A little iffy in
love to have
Chicago.
had that field goal instead of the 2.5, but yeah,
So
it was a field goal.
I'm on the Lions. I could make the Lions a pick.
I mean, I feel like you're getting the better team and you're getting points.
That's a rule on this show.
Detroit.
It took me a year and a half to pick up on your all's nonsense,
Detroit
but
keeps losing players. I could be wrong, but to injuries. But they have no running game either, right?
they've got that McKesson, whatever, and then the tie guy.
So all they got is they've got
Well, they got the two
receivers.
receivers. They got the tight end. They got
every team has 2 receivers and tight end. What the?
they got Stafford.
boy. This is just whatever.
You want to put it on the burner with the rest of them?
I don't care. I mean, I don't care. I know that this is bad. We're picking a team because another team sucks so bad. That's how sad it
Yes.
is. We can't even trump the fact that this is a good team. We have confidence.
I think in full transparency, that's sort of how we hit this hot streak. That we've almost changed gears to we're like, all right, not so much championing a team as
That's
much
awesome.
as poo-pooing the terrible opponent.
Yeah, you're right.
And you finding a team in a good spot, dude. This is a good spot for Detroit. Detroit comes off off a loss at
Oakland.
Off the loss at Oakland. I mean, if
I think you'd even mentioned last week a look-ahead divisional game. This is that game.
I mean, we're fire on it.
I don't think you'll be disappointed.
Let's do it. Go ahead.
Let's fire on the Lions, Tiger.
what? All right,
Go ahead.
we good. All right, Chalkboard official House Money podcast play number 2.
The Lions.
Detroit plus 2.5.
Leaving lots of gold out there for you, T. Lots of stuff smoking on that grill. I can smell it.
Jesus, I don't know, man.
Okay.
Here's a game I want to talk about. Los Angeles Rams at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Every time I try to bury the freaking Steelers, man. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Dude,
E.
all right, here we go. The Rams at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh plus 3.5. Opened at the Rams -1 and has moved 4.5 points. Go ahead, T-Bone. What do you like about this game?
See, you don't even know who I like. Who do I like this game? For some reason, I like the Rams. I don't know why, because I don't know how the Steelers keep winning games. It pisses me off, to be quite honest with you, because they're not good. They have a stellar defense that does some nice things, but other than that, Randolph sucks. Connor's beat up. How are they them freaking scoring on people. Oh, I know. A pick 6 last week. Other stupid shit against a third-string quarterback for the Colts.
That's your answer. That's how they won that game. That ain't happening against the Rams this weekend, dude.
The Rams coming off a bye, right?
Coming off a win, coming off a bye, yes, and a win at Cincinnati, 24-10.
So almost 2 byes.
Yeah, well, Atlanta the week before, we can keep on going back.
Yeah, so hopefully the weather won't be overly, because they are a West Coast team used to warm weather. Hopefully the weather is not a factor. I don't think it's that bad right now, so that shouldn't be a factor. It'll be a little cold, but nothing extreme. But, yeah, I like the Rams.
The only thing I see over here is, now, it does say Brandon Cooks is out. I don't know if that matters to you one way or the other.
Well, I mean, they still got Woods.
Oh, they got plenty of weapons.
They got Cup. They got
Greg DeLeg.
Yeah. They got
Gurley.
Yeah, Gurley's, he's not doing as bad. I thought he'd be beat up by now, but he's not looking too bad.
What is the number right now? Is it 3.5?
That's what I have it at.
They got the shutdown. They got Jalen Ramsey on their defense to shut down Schuster. Juju. So
I could be on the Rams.
I just don't know how Pittsburgh's going to stay in this scoring-wise.
Let me look at one thing, but
and I'm not saying they can't win because I'm Miami should have beat them. Miami was up 14-0, but just didn't have the horses to, do the deal. The Colts should have beat them, and that didn't happen. A Colts team without their quarterback, without their best offensive playmaker.
The Rams are 4-0 against the spread on the road, too. So, I mean, it seems like they travel pretty well and take care of business.
Yeah, I'm all about riding that Ram this week.
Yeah, you only get to pick them one time a year coming off a bye.
That's a fair point.
Man, that's a great point. I should have brought that up.
So do you want to, is this a play? Chalkboard, I don't have I'm probably on the Rams here because I think Pittsburgh got lucky to even be in that game against Indy last week. The defensive touchdown, I don't know how they score here. It's...
Oh, they're all about their defense. You take away. That defense is everything to them. Their offense is just it's nothing. It's really not.
Other than being at Pittsburgh, that's really the only thing that scares me about this game.
Right, I think we're more scared of Mother Nature and the surroundings than anything in the Golden Black.
Let's just for whatever reasons, let's just put it on the burner and see if there's anything else out on the horizon because we only got 2 plays so far.
All right.
Yeah, I'm about tapped out. You're going to take over now.
Well, let's go true chalkboard here. I'm looking around for some double digits.
Oh, God. It's the only other one I'm pretty sure that I've got circled, so let's see if this is it.
What about Baltimore at the Natty?
Yeah. Cincinnati trotting out their rookie quarterback. Dalton's benched now. So
I don't know because I was waiting for him to set it up.
Okay, Baltimore at Cincinnati. Cincinnati plus 10 opened at 46.5 and plus 10, and it is currently plus 10. Chalkboard, go ahead and tell us why you like Baltimore.
Well, we all watched the game where they pretty much just. My only concern would be they look so good against the Patriots in going away is it almost like a hangover effect? You know what I mean?
Yes.
In a way, it's like...
yes, the answer to your question is yes.
I think, to quote E, this could be a good spot with those points for Cincinnati.
I love Cincinnati in this spot. So, they're coming off a primetime win at New England. You don't think this line's inflated by at least a field goal just because of the last game they played?
Well, I was just going to say, I think it should truly be close to a touchdown. But you're getting 3 points off of that primetime game.
A divisional opponent.
Can we really say
home?
7? One team is 6-2 and looks like one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the whole AFC. The other one is the worst team in the NFL. Wrap your head around that. The worst team, not Miami, not the Jets, not Washington. Cincinnati Bengals are the worst team in football. They are freaking horrendous.
So you're saying Boomer's not walking through that door?
Oh my God, they're starting a freaking rookie this weekend.
Oh, that's right. It's going to be his first start.
Yes, his first start. Now, I will say this.
A.J. Green's coming back.
Oh, big deal. So, now I will say one thing. They played them close in Baltimore, if I'm not mistaken. I think they've already played. Have they not already played? So, I could almost...
They have not played.
I'm touting Baltimore, but at the same time, I can see it 10 points being a cover. Because I think, to your point, I think they will let off the gas a little bit. Might be a backdoor cover. Might just be a 7-point win.
Oh, they did play. My bad. October 13th, won by 6, Baltimore.
Yeah. So
At Baltimore.
At Baltimore. So yeah, I mean, that's the only thing I worry about. The Spindley guy, maybe he's great, but he's never started before. How's that going to end?
I mean, when you sit there and think about it, so last week you're preparing for Belichick, greatest quarterback of all time, Brady, and now you got this rook guy coming in.
I mean, my God, the public is all over Baltimore, man. Man, look at that.
Hold on, I'll be back because
Not that
I'm
means
going
anything,
to stand
but
out with the public.
Wow.
I like Cincinnati in that spot. I'd rather stay away unless y'all just really.
I don't know.
Well, you know what it is because right now Joe Public is raving about Baltimore. So
God.
I'm right in the mix.
Oh,
There's no way I would take Cincinnati the points. If we took the game, I'm taking Baltimore. Yeah. But I respect if you guys don't want to go.
I'm not. Yeah. I can see why you would take Cincinnati. I just don't. I feel like if Baltimore wants to enforce their will on them.
Right, impose their will.
Impose their will. Thank you. Impose their will. I just think they can. I mean, I see Jackson running all over them. I see that rushing attack just grinding them down. I see him making this rookie mistakes.
I know you're always fearful of the backdoor cover, and this could easily be a game again. To the point we talked about the other game where they could go out huge, get up 21, 24 something.
Yeah.
Game's really out of control. Lamar's not even playing at that point or whatever.
Oh, man. Yeah, because Cincinnati's not that much of a home field advantage. They don't even draw any fans. I mean, who's going to these games? They're 0-7 or 0-8. Who's even showing up for these games?
Who they?
Shit, yeah, where are they? Where are they?
Where they?
Where they?
We'll go ahead and trademark that too.
Well,
Yeah.
It sounds like we're going to put Baltimore on our money line parlay. The much
God, my face is red. I'm
money line.
sweating off that
Dude,
one,
you
man.
got awful worked up over the
Jesus
Bengals.
Christ. Screw the Bengals. Cheat us out to a Tagovailoa or whatever the hell his name is.
What else do you see out there, Chalkboard? Do you see any other games out there you may like?
Let's see what we got here.
Yeah.
Again, keeping it
They
chalky.
say a blind score to find a nut. I ain't finding
Hold
no
on,
nuts.
hold on. No. Hold on. I got you because I know where you're going. Because if you're going to make me lay a gigantic number, I would much rather take the Saints.
Okay, that's where I was going. I was going to march in that way.
There you
Coming off a bye.
Dude, he's on fire, dog.
I would feel comfortable with this line with Teddy. I think that Breeze could easily take care of this line.
I'd be comfortable with this line at like 21. Because what's Atlanta going to do? It's like 34-10.
Ryan will throw his arm falls off. That's what will happen. He'll put up 400 yards of passing and 2 touchdowns. And 3
He'll end up with some impressive stats.
Yeah, he'll
win your fantasy
stats.
game, yeah.
Speaking of which, thank you, E, for that fantasy win this year or last week. One of only 2 this year, but very important win over a top team. Thank you for that.
I was pretty shocked myself. Because I picked up, speaking of which, I picked up, game we ain't spoke about that I'd be on again, brother, Miami at the Colts. Colts -10 last week. Quote, and I
10
quote.
10.5. Woo, get a little hook action going.
And I quote, Fitzmagic. Just swaggy enough to win this game.
Yeah. We did pick that game. Did I not say it would be their first win of the year?
Yes, sir.
I think to keep your streak going, whether you go 4 against the Dolphins.
Yeah, I got to pick this game.
Dude, I'd take Miami this week in a second. I'm all about Miami if you want to.
Here's the problem now. Miami just lost their best offensive weapon.
So did Indy.
Tore his ACL. Well, that's true. He's out too. Now, do the Colts get pissed off because they lost that game, come back strong? I don't know how good the Colts are. That's what drives me nuts.
Well, it's going to be Hoyer, right?
No, they said Brissett might be back this week. I don't know if that matters. It can't be Brissett or Hoyer, who already looked pretty good.
Yeah, he looked surprisingly good.
Yeah, he looked good. God, Miami just lost their best weapon. I mean, he got off. He scored 2 touchdowns in the Jets game. So, God, Miami doesn't have much rushing attack. Devontae Parker's now their best receiver.
I just scrolled past the edge just on the way down to get to the schedule. And I don't think the edge can factor in quarterback, but the edge has this at Indy -20.
Yeah. I mean,
maybe we should stay away from Miami.
I would say no offense,
I have picked,
but I don't think I can take Miami back-to-back weeks.
Yeah, I have picked 4 against Miami every single week and been successful. This week, I think I'm just going to lay off.
All right. Well,
Do you want to revisit the Saints? I mean, coming off a bye. I mean, what, 13?
it's 13.
Yeah, 13.
Okay. Let's talk about the games. We still have about 10 minutes. We have about 10 minutes.
Okay. Buffalo, Cleveland. Does that stick out to anybody?
No, that's not the one that I was looking at.
Not unless we're taking Cleveland.
Cleveland. I cannot bet Cleveland. I mean, Cleveland sucks. I mean,
I know the answer, but I'd like to say we took the under in that preseason, but it's looking worse and worse. I actually read something earlier today. I haven't seen him, but I guess they said Baker shaved because he said he doesn't deserve the handlebar.
I saw that.
I think that basically sums up the season.
Cleveland is giving a field goal to a team that is 5-3 or 6-2 or whatever they are. I mean, it's like, really?
Oh,
I know you like to refer to them as the no big deal Bills, but I mean,
I don't think they're great, but damn, I mean, really, Cleveland sucks. I mean, they're freaking horrible. Oh well. I guess we got 10 minutes, so we really need to go back over these back
I'm
burners.
surprised we haven't talked about Carolina and Green Bay.
no. No.
I don't know what to say about that anymore. Green Bay just really let me down last weekend,
Yeah.
man. That was unbelievable.
We're not talking about that. Let's go. Let's go.
Arizona, Tampa Bay.
Okay, hold on. Oh, let's run through this real quick. Maybe we don't have 10 minutes. All right. I'm hungry.
The listeners hope not.
Okay, we got Oakland +1. That is strong. Y'all agree with that? Oakland plus the 1 is strong. Dallas -3. Meh. San Francisco -6. That is.
Gun to my head, I'd say San Francisco and Oakland. Round it out. Go for the Bay Area.
The Bay payday.
The Bay, yeah. So you got to come up with something. You're the ones got these
I
things.
just said the Bay payday.
The Bay. Bay payday. Yeah, maybe that's it. Bay payday. Maybe we'll go with that.
Instantaneously
I was
came up
looking
with.
for something.
Head shook so hard his headphones.
I gotta lose my jacket. Now he's making me hot.
The Bay Area exacta. Or something. I don't know. Bay payday.
What could be better?
It's pretty good.
All right, just because of that, I like the Niners. I just want to go with the Niners.
All right.
How many picks do we have
Niners
right
and
now?
the Raiders.
How many what?
Dumb it
How
down.
many picks we got?
Well,
That'd be 4.
Yeah, that'd be 4. And we've taken 4 games the last 4 weeks, and we are 12
We only
and 4.
have 2 though right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
If we take the Bay Day payday or the Bay payday, that'd be the 4.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I think that puts us at like 36 minutes, and if y'all want to, we can take a couple minutes and set up the money line parlay because I feel like here we go, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so let's do 3 and 4. T-Bone, official House Money podcast play number 3.
The Niners.
The San Francisco 49ers minus the 6.
What I'm saying is, I don't know about the Oakland on the Thursday night thing.
Chalkboard, official House Money podcast play number 4.
Bring it out.
The Raiders.
Going big.
The Oakland Raiders +1. 2 weeks in a row.
Going strong or going wrong. We're going to find out Thursday night.
I see you trying to chip away at my big. Now you
Raiders are winners this year. Get on the train, man.
And we've also continued the streak of 2 dogs and 2 favorites.
I don't know about all that. I don't care about that. But
All right, let me run down the 4 official the 4 official plays, and then we're going to talk about the money line parlay. Official House Money podcast play number 1: the New York Giants -2. Official House Money podcast play number 2: Detroit Tigers +2.5.
Official
House
Detroit
Money-
Tigers lines.
you know how to spell it. Official House Money podcast play number 3: San Francisco -6. Official House Money podcast play number 4: the Oakland Raiders +1. There you go. All right. Let's talk about the Moneyline Parlay. Ladies and gentlemen, the last 3 weeks we have put together a little parlay after the show.
I believe the folks call it side action.
A little side action. And basically we've taken all the teams that we think are going to win straight up, put it in a big parlay, and we cashed one pretty fat ticket. Last week we missed by Green Bay. But other than that, we're about ready to roll it out for Week 10, see what we got. So, obviously, I'll start it off. New Orleans is a automatic, right?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Baltimore, automatic.
Yes.
Yes, they're not going to lose that game.
San Francisco, automatic.
I think so. He gets a little. What about the Colts?
Do we believe the Colts?
Colts got to be in there. Colts.
I know there's just enough swagger to make it close, but not enough to win.
Gotta take the Colts. That's got to be
Dude,
part
if
of it.
Brissett don't play, Miami can win this game.
No.
And we could put Indy in the money line parlay. I'm comfortable with that. But I can quote this next week. If Brissett don't play, Miami can win this game.
What you're trying to say is if Brissett don't play, then this don't pay.
Right. So
I know, you got to give him a second. You got to see that. You got to see that coming from a mile away.
We'll put an asterisk beside it. But what are the other games that would be up for debate? Kansas City or Green Bay? I mean, that's the only the other two that stick out.
Clearly, those that follow the show see what we're doing here. We're going for big spreads that we think is going to hit, and then we try to mingle in a couple 5-6 spread.
Just got to win. Yeah.
Right. So,
well, right now we only have New Orleans, Baltimore, Indy, and San Francisco. Is that right?
we got to have at least 5 to get anything out of it.
So that's what I'm saying. So you got to look at Kansas City and Green Bay. Does anything strike you there?
Would you consider throwing the Rams on there?
I think I'd rather feel more comfortable. Well, would you feel more comfortable with Green Bay at home versus a team going on the road? That would be.
Let's see something.
Because we're looking
I'm
at
not
Kansas.
betting on Green Bay again 2 weeks in a row. We're not doing that.
I mean, I probably would, but it's going to be a hard tug to pull him onto this
do we gotta
wagon.
do a 5-teamer?
I think 5 based on because these are all fairly large. We almost need the 5 to set it off.
Yeah.
I only count 3: New Orleans, Baltimore, and San Francisco. Who's your other one? Oh, Indy. My bad.
Yeah. What about Tampa Bay? Tampa Bay at home. Tampa Bay's been looking good. They should have won last
No way.
week.
We talked about this last week. Good Winston, bad Winston. This is bad Winston. Hey, what?
So it's automatic.
Yeah.
You got a graph over there. This is the week he goes down.
It is true. I have been following
Is it like
this.
an every other week thing? Is it a home versus road thing?
It's science, dog. I've
he
seen it.
got off on the road.
Only thing I have against the Rams is they're on the road. Is there any?
I would be on the Rams. I think. I just don't feel like Pittsburgh's going to beat the Rams.
Yeah, I mean, so
All they got to do is win.
So it's Kansas City or the Rams, right?
I mean, I would take Detroit because they're going to win that game. I'd take Oakland. I mean, hell, it's +1. It's a pick anyway.
I don't like mixing our picks with our money lines for some reason.
Well, I mean, I don't know. When we get to big spreads, we're going to because they're big spreads. But
Only if y'all listen to some of my picks.
So we just need one more, right? And we can pick between. Nobody likes Kansas City straight up over Tennessee.
Well, I think there's just the uncertainty.
Okay, well, let's take Kansas City but hopefully
It
it's
may not
on
even
the
be
board.
available. Let's take the Rams. Let's take the Rams.
I'm fine with it. I'm good with it.
I'm good with it.
Yep, sounds good.
All right, Rams. So our 5-team money line parlay will be San Francisco, Baltimore, New Orleans, Indy, and the Rams. 5-team money line House Money Podcast parlay. Awesome. All right, fellas. It's that time of the show. Crystal ball predictions, chalkboard. Last week, Mark Walton, Miami Rainback. How do you do for you?
You know, he was set up to succeed. And there was a play.
Nobody in Miami is set up to succeed.
Thank you. I'm taking some creative liberty with that. Watching the red zone, pop into the Miami game, I was like, oh, this is my boy's chance. Dude, it was reminiscent of like the butt fumble where it's like he didn't drop the ball, but he runs into the back of his like own like center and like loses like 3 yards. And then I think Fitzpatrick ends up doing something else, whatever. But no, he didn't score.
Wow.
God, I forgot what we were talking about. I swear, he talked so long, I was trying to figure out what game we were on. I'm like, what's he talking about?
All right. The show's been doing really well. The chalkboard, the crystal ball has been a little bit off, so I'm going to try to do something that should happen this week. Stephon Diggs will score a touchdown.
Okay.
I mean, he has been up and down, but I think he's due to score this week, especially with Thielen out. I like him to score a touchdown this week.
I like that, big dog.
Talking to you, Diggs.
There you go. T-Bone, choice cut.
Choice cut of the week. I'm taking. It's gonna be a rough one. I'm gonna take the Minnesota Vikings and the field goal at Dallas.
I like how you married it up with the crystal ball pick.
There you go.
Awesome.
We're all in on that game.
Well, let me tell you something. This is the part of the show where we mention our social media page. On Twitter, we're at House Money Pod. I'm the host. I'm at easy_house money. Chalkboard.
Chalkboard can be found at Chalkboard, CHALKBORED_HM.
There you go. And, well, fellas, this is all we got. But, T-Bone, before we go, next week.
Is this it?
Viva la Mexico.
Woo-hoo! Margaritas, baby, and Coronas are flowing. Got to get here early to the studio.
So, just to make sure, we're doing the here, not in Mexico.
We have to be at the studio at 6 so we can do the show by 7 so we can be half hammered while we're doing the show.
So
we got to wear sombreros.
We're going all out, brother.
Ponchos if you got them. Whole 9 yards. We will change our names for the show. I will be Pedro. You can be who you want to be, and we will do that. That will be my official name that night, Pedro. We have to get in character an hour before. We'll be drunk. I will be Pedro. You can be whoever. Juan, Julio, whatever floats your boat.
Chalkboard, what do you think about that idea?
I feel like it would only just bring the whole mood down if I tried to follow that up. So
I would like to do an accent, but that probably ain't going to happen. Maybe we do some stuff in Spanish. I don't know.
Donde el baño.
Yeah.
All right. We get the picture. Next week should be entertaining. Kansas City at Kansas City and the Chargers in Mexico City. For those of y'all who don't know what we're talking about. But this is it, fellas. We're rolling. You got anything more, Chalkboard?
No, I think that pretty much covers it.
No doubt. T-Bone?
No. Excited now. You got me all pumped up. I'm excited. I'm stuttering over here.
There we go.
Stammer.
Stammer, yeah. What?
There you go. Thank you again for listening to our Week 10 episode. Please subscribe to us on iTunes or SoundCloud or wherever you listen. We're House Money Podcast, and we're out.